Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an American who's living in Hamburg, Germany, and I've been living here now for a couple years. So in this video, I'm going to share with you all the German-American cultural differences as well as a few German words and phrases that I've been learning in the last couple months. Before I show you guys the video, down below in the description box is a website that will link you to many different donation sources from the Tagesschau. These donations go to the people who have experienced the very unfortunate tragic event this last week of the flooding. I'm gonna link that down below, so if you want to donate, there's a lot of people who are really suffering right now. They've lost their houses, their cars, their belongings. The link is down below, and on with the video. I swear.
It's Quatsch.
No, I think so. Watch, I'm gonna Google it. I've been pretty busy because I've started my new job, so now I'm a little bit more comfortable now in my new job, so now I have a little bit more time for YouTube videos. So yeah, I hope you enjoy my list that I've collected, and I'm gonna start doing these videos now. I'm gonna try monthly. This is my Patreon video, so thank you guys so much who are supporting me on Patreon, and if you aren't a member of my Patreon and you like these videos, I'll link my Patreon down below, and thank you guys so much again for supporting me. Also, before I begin, there's an update on the Lingoda Language Challenge. Now the date to sign up for the Lingoda Language Challenge is now July 27th. Just read the link down below. It'll say all the stuff about this language challenge. So I think it's a really cool experience. If you want to boost your language skills, you guys can get 100% cash back. Classes start August 2nd. Something I just experienced with my boyfriend. Say hi, boyfriend.
Hello.
So he is German, if you guys are new to my channel. And yeah. So it's kind of funny when we go out to eat sometimes when I don't understand something. This happens quite often. When I think I understand and then I don't, and then I pretend. I think every foreigner does this, where you have a situation in your head where you're expecting this is what they're going to say. So she asked us what we wanted to drink, and so I told her what we wanted, and she said, and I was expecting her to say, do you also know what you would like to eat? And so I said yes, but actually she didn't say that. She said ich schätze, which was the beginning of her sentence. I knew I didn't recognize, but then I just thought, yeah. Anyway, so she said, I guess you guys need more time on the menu, and I knew exactly what I wanted, and I wanted to order, and I said, yeah. And then she walked away. I was like, oh, Bart, wait. So, yeah. So I learned the verb ich schätze means I guess, and yeah. So next time I'll remember that. And then my confession for you guys is that some of you have been commenting and saying that it seems like I'm not taking it so seriously in my German learning videos, and I wanted to give you guys just a life update to share with you where I'm at, which is I'm at the place in my German learning life where I'm learning it now at the moment. I'm not a full-time German learning student anymore, so now it's just I learn it in my free time. So when you guys see me learning German it's actually kind of the only times in the last few months where I'm learning German. So yeah, I'm not learning so often anymore. I'm at that level now where I can communicate and with everyone pretty much. I communicate with my coworkers in German, so I'm kind of at that level. So yeah, so if you're looking for a serious student who's studying flashcards every day and yeah, that's probably not going to be me, but I'm learning at my pace, and I'll let you guys know in the future if I end up having a goal to work in German or something like that, because right now my level's working, so I'm just learning kind of for fun and learning at my speed and the amount and my motivation. Learning a language is about motivation, so my motivation is kind of just to be more comfortable with communicating and not really to have perfect German. So just so you guys know, so you don't have these high expectations of why is your German not getting that much better. Yeah, that's why. So my vocabulary is just slowly climbing is kind of my goal. So yeah. Then hand signals, driving. Yee! This is my favorite one. The Germans with these Blitzer thing, totally new for me, this whole Blitzer thing. So that is if you guys aren't German watching, it's like the machines that are set up to take photos of cars that are speeding, and then they send you a ticket in the mail. It's pretty sneaky. They take a picture of your license and a photo of your face and send you this in the mail with whatever photo they have taken of you, and with a fee and the fee is different depending on where you're driving. Sometimes the fee is more if it's like a construction zone. So this is a totally new concept for me. We don't have these Blitzer things in the US. We have for speeding, it's just the cops with their machines on the side of the street trying to catch you, they're hiding, trying to catch people speeding. Or the only times that it's similar to that is if you go onto a toll road and then you don't pay the toll, then you'll get this thing in the mail, I think. But yeah, anyways, but Germans, they like to help each other out, which is like so sweet, I think. So every time there's a blitzer, the Germans will warn the other Germans with like, either there's two ways, my boyfriend taught me. I watched him do the one of the methods, which is the hand. It's like this. I love this hand signal. Yeah, or you can do the flashing your bright lights on the car, and that warns the German, sorry, the other car drivers in Germany that they're about to approach a blitzer. So it's just a very nice thing to do. And also on the radio, we heard that when we were listening to the radio one day in the car, and they were warning drivers who were driving on this one particular street, there's a new blitzer. So careful. So yeah, I mean, I think it's nice to warn each other about it, and it does the trick. It slows people down, and that's what the whole blitz is there for. So I think it's not a bad thing to warn. At first I thought, is that a good thing people are warning about people who shouldn't be speeding? But I think it's a good thing, because at first I compared it to a DUI checkpoint in the US. In California, we have these driving under the influence, so drunk driving checkpoints, where they try to catch people who are drinking and driving. So I think this kind of situation is probably not good to like warn people to avoid that, because you don't want people drinking and driving. So yeah, anyways. Then the tipping thing is super confusing to me. Here in Germany, I didn't know this until I was going to restaurants with my boyfriend. They'll tell you the price of what you owe them, and that is the moment they tell you the price of what you have to pay is when you need to say the tip amount, and then you'll give them the number, the full total with the tip. I didn't know this in the past, so like I would be in a restaurant and I'd be paying with card, and most of the restaurants don't have the function that we have in the US. Is when you pay with the card, they give you a receipt in the US, and then it has a section to write how much tip you want to give them on the receipt, and you use a pen and you write however much, $5 on there, and then they process that later. And they don't do that in Germany. So I didn't know that though. So then like I don't know, I was like, wait, how do I tip them? So now I know you have to, they manually type in the amount on the machine if you're paying with a card. Yeah, so now I'm better at that. And also you do rounding up, which surprised me. Like there's no 20%. Well, I think you aim for 20%. That's kind of the same. Okay, he's shaking his head no.
20% is a lot. I think, I don't know, it depends.
Like, yeah.
10, 15%.
10-15% he says is standard. So yeah, today we had a meal that was like 30 euros between us two, and we gave 250, I think.
Less than 10%.
Ooh, oh no. See, this is hard for me, because in the US, a lot of the restaurants, when they give you a receipt, it'll say on the receipt how much 20% tip is. And then if they didn't have that, I would Google it. I would put in tip calculator, and I would find it super fast, and then that's what my tip would be. Because if you guys don't know, I am dyslexic with numbers, not very good at math, so I need to Google that usually. So I'm still getting better at this whole tip thing, but it's nice. The Germans are paid a fair wage, which is why they don't have the tip stuff that we have in the US. I'm not going to get into that. I definitely think Germany is a lot more fair with a lot of things, so that's great stuff. Great stuff to work in Germany. They don't rely on tips as heavily as the Americans do. That's why I think you don't pay so much for tip here. Googling symptoms. So on my Google here, if I Google, Americans are Googling their symptoms if they're sick. They'll usually Google symptoms, and so Google is set up, at least on our like American Google, to literally like, they'll have these drop down menus at the top that it has like suggestions of what you're asking with an immediate answer. So you don't have to like Google so much. Yeah, I don't know how to describe that. But in Germany, when you're Googling, you don't have these like suggested question and answers that we have. Yeah, because in Germany, they go to the doctor, and because the insurance programs are just so much better, more fair, and you don't need to pay when you go to the doctor, you just pay your monthly thing. So that's why Germans aren't afraid to go to the doctor, like Americans are not excited. Americans don't want to go to the doctor because they don't want to pay any more than they have to. And a lot of Germans in past videos were like, what's the purpose then of having insurance in the US if you have to pay every time you go to the doctor? The purpose is that you'd rather pay the $300 to $400 or whatever a month for an American insurance, because if you get into trouble, like one time I had this, like from biting my lip, I had to get this surgery to remove this like bump that I caused from biting. And I remember the bill on that was like, I don't know, $6,000 or something. And my insurance paid most of that, luckily. But if I didn't have insurance, then that's a $6,000 little tiny surgery. So that's why Americans, even if we have to pay for all this other stuff, it's better just to have the insurance and just avoid the doctor. That's how our mind thinking is, I think, in the US. Although I never had an employer that ever helped me with my health insurance. So maybe I think if you have a really good employer and you have really good health insurance, then I think, yeah. So this is just my experience. So I'm not like every American. I've only ever had shitty jobs when I was in the US. I never had like a big corporate job that like gave you all these, I don't know. I don't know. I never had good jobs. So that's why I really like living in Germany. They support you. It's so nice. So next is summer. So it is summertime, July, and I've been waiting for summer. And I didn't realize, because I haven't lived a full summer in Germany yet, I didn't realize that summer in Hamburg, at least I can only talk about Hamburg. I heard the south of Germany has more warmer days compared to the north. Yeah, so I was really expecting, okay, when does our period of 1 month of sunny weather start? I'm waiting. And it's like, oh, okay, we have 1 day of sunny, warm weather, and then the next day will be raining. And it's like, what? And then the next day sunny, and then the next day it's raining. So yeah, that I was surprised by. So that's just a California kind of thing where I was just surprised, but I'm not complaining actually, because I don't like it when it's too hot personally, and I kind of like this in Germany where you just have to take advantage when there's hot weather. You gotta just go outside and go to the river and go find yourself a river summer spot and jump in the water. And where I'm from, near Los Angeles, it's summer year round, so it's not exciting when it's a nice summer day and nice weather day. I'm used to it. Like right now it's just cloudy, but I like it. It's fine. Also, I get sunburned easily. Yeah. So I shouldn't be in the sun, really. I really shouldn't be. This is not a responsibility that I'm very good at, putting on sunscreen correctly. Gotta get better at that. Insects and not having screens on the windows. I've talked about this in a previous video, and the majority of the Germans in the comments said the reason that you guys don't have window screens on your windows here is because there's not that many insects. I beg to differ. I think there is so many insects. I've lived in so many different apartments in Oldenburg and Hamburg. There's a lot. So they're not like biting you really, besides the mosquitoes that we have every day that come in our apartment. Sorry, okay, I am complaining a little bit. So yeah, our next apartment, I'm definitely going to get some window screens, and I'll share that experience with you guys because I don't know how that works in Germany. I think you have to, I heard you have to, if you want good ones, you can hire a professional. So yeah, or the boyfriend. Yay, I'll have him do it. But yeah, the amount of different insects is like, wow. In California there's like 5 that I expect to come in the house. There's like moths, silverfish, flies, like there's just roly-polies. But here every day there's like 20 already that are like, what's that? They all look so different. So I think, and it goes to me with the feeling when I'm in Germany, I feel like I'm in a rainforest actually. Like the weather when it gets hot, it's this wet hot. I wonder if there's like a book of German insects. Like that must be a really big book. Like, and my boyfriend also doesn't know the names of these. There's just so many different ones. How can you remember all the names? It's like, wow, okay. And they look so weird. So, but luckily they're not like Australian insects, so thankfully. And then Khaki Fruits. One day, I have never seen...
Khaki.
What did I say?
Khaki.
No, I said khaki. Is that different? Khaki? Oh, khaki. I have never seen khaki fruit in my life before. A month ago, I was trying to buy dried mangoes and I accidentally bought dried khaki. And I was telling my boyfriend, I think the mangoes are old and expired. They taste horrible. And they're like got brown on them. Okay, he flew that way. I think we're good now. And then he was like, he looked at it, tried it, and he looked at the bag. He's like, these are not mangoes. I was like, what? What are they? What did I buy? I was so close to going back to the store and saying, hi, can I please get a refund or something on these? But yeah, luckily he taught me what khaki fruit is. And then in the grocery store, he showed me them. They're these orange, I think orange looking, I don't even know how to describe them. Orange giant tomato. I don't even know how to describe it. Is that German? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure one of you guys knows which country that's from.
Not German.
Well, okay, it's not probably not German, yeah. I learned I don't like khaki. These are the words I've been learning at my job. Like, oh my gosh, I keep hearing this one, dementsprechend. And I thought it meant the person that I'm talking about, because they would say something about a person and then they'd refer to the person by using this word, I noticed. So I thought it meant referring to the person or something. But then I asked my boyfriend and he's like, no, I think it means something different. So I looked it up and it means thus, accordingly, consequently, to that effect, as appropriate, according to this. This one, I'm just hearing it a lot. So maybe I'll understand it a little bit better one day. Let me know also down below if you have a good explanation for it. Yeah. And then the other words I've been hearing a lot at work are du bist stumm, because we're all doing our meetings online. And so this happens a lot, especially with the software we're using. It somehow, I don't know why, it automatically mutes you sometimes when you enter the meeting. So yeah, I've been hearing that a lot. Du bist stumm. So you are muted. So then that lets the person know, unmute. We can't hear you. Du bist stumm. Aufwendig. So something that takes a lot of your time is considered aufwendig. So yeah, I thought that's kind of cool. You guys have one word that means a big phrase, meaning time. Well, I guess it just means time consuming. Okay, so maybe it's not like the big phrase that I thought it was, but yeah, aufwendig. And then the other one is mach das ruhig. Mach das ruhig. Make that calm. This one really confused me because I asked my my boss if I should do something, if I should do this task, and he told me mach das ruhig, and I read that as make that calm, and I was like, make that calm. Can't figure this one out, so I had to Google that one. Make that calm. Mach das ruhig. That means go ahead and do that. Yeah, that was a surprising one. Almost as surprising as give your mustard with that. This one I also could not figure out when I saw that on a sign. What does the sign is? It was about like the construction of one of the U-bonds, I think, and it said give your mustard to that. And I was like, what Germans, what is with you guys and mustards? So yeah, that means mustard in this sentence means opinion. Give your opinion to that. Why does mustard mean opinion? Please let me know. Why? Is it because there's so many different types of mustards and everyone has a different opinion in Germany on every type of mustard? Maybe that's why. Huh. Let me know your theories down below. And then the other phrase that I really have loved, we were at a barbecue with my boyfriend's friends, and we speak German with these friends. And they said, I forgot who they were talking about, but they described whoever they were talking about like, du bist so dumm wie Toastbrot. I don't know if I said that right. Is that, yeah? So you are as dumb as toast bread. Why is toast bread dumb? I love toast bread. No, just kidding. Yeah, so I like that one. So I'm saying that a lot now. Like, if I accidentally do something silly or I have like a blonde moment or something, I'm like, like I know I'm not the smartest toast bread. Yeah, so I think at the moment that might be one of my favorite phrases. I asked my boyfriend one day, what does it mean to say like, oh, you're as slow as a turtle, or this is as slow as a turtle? And he said, actually I don't know where I learned this, but mühsam ernährt sich das Eichhörnchen. Slowly, ernährt, is that to feed? Do you know? Ernährt sich? Or to give nutrition? Slowly feeds the squirrel. Mühsam ernährt sich das Eichhörnchen?
Mühsam means you need a lot of work and it takes long to get to the school. Because the Eichhörnchen is doing a lot of work to feed themselves.
I have a lot of German language expert. So I'm sure someone will let me know, and I'll pin your comment down below if you let me know what this means. Next is naked snail. And this one, I was walking around my boyfriend's parents' neighborhood, and we were speaking German. Sometimes we'll speak German for an hour here and there, and so this was one of those days, and he said something about a snail on the ground. He looked at it and said something about naki, and I was like, what did you just say? Something about naked? What's naked? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. It wasn't a snail, right? It was a slug. Oh yeah, because it was raining the day before, so there were slugs all over the ground, and he said, Vorsicht, naki something or something.
Nacktschnecke.
Ah, Nacktschnecke. Naked snail means slug. I thought this is so cute. And I'm sure every American has talked about this. It took me a while to learn this one. But yeah, how cute is that? Smart. I never knew that these were the same things that were inside of snails. So that's embarrassing, but where's Walter? Is that what I wrote? Yeah, where's Walter? I was so surprised. We were watching a show on TV, I think it was Modern Family. So it was an American show, but they translated it to German, which, by the way, the German voice acting is so amazing. Every show, every movie on TV, everything on Netflix, like, I am so impressed with these German voice actors. They're all so good. Yeah, so I feel lucky about that. My only complaint on Netflix is the subtitles are different than the German voice, like the German words that they're saying are different than the German subtitles, so little complaint to Netflix there, but that's fine. I'm learning like 2 at the same times. And also on TV sometimes too. Some of the shows it's the same, but sometimes not, so. Anyways, yeah, so we say where's Waldo in the US, the guy with the red and white stripes, who you have to find in the book, on the pages. Where's Waldo? Germans say, where's Walter? How cute. Super cute.
Walter.
Oh yeah, sorry. With the German accent. Don't forget that. Where's Walter? Walter. Waving and winking. I was surprised that these words were so similar, but I guess in English it's also similar. Waving, winking. In German it is zwinken, winken. Zwinkern with an R? Oh. Zwinkern with an R. Oh gosh, this is confusing. Okay, zwinkern, winking. Waving is winken. That's why I wrote this down. I was like, this is confusing. Because winking looks like the German word winken, but that's waving, not winking. Sneaky. That's a sneaky, sneaky one. False friend alert. Now, another funny story. So I met this German girl on a Facebook page during the winter time, and we go on walks occasionally, and so yeah, we get together like once every couple months, not that often, but she one day had her friend visiting from Munich, and she invited me to meet up with them at 11 in the morning this one day, right by the Alster at this little place. It was on a Sunday, and she said to me, let's get drinks at this place, and she sent me the address. And so for whatever reason, it might be because I'm nervous when I'm with like a new group of people, but when she said let's get drinks, in English, American English, that means let's get alcoholic beverages. I don't know why I didn't even think to question that, but when I heard let's get drinks, I thought, okay, maybe because I know in the US having mimosas is like kind of popular. It's these orange juice with champagne drink that you can get like the morning after a night out. Like that's kind of common, having girls' day with mimosas for breakfast. So I thought she meant that. So I first went to order because I was late. Yeah, American problems. But yeah, so I got my wine because I don't like mimosa. So I thought, okay, if they're gonna have drinks, I'm gonna choose like rosé wine. So I had my wine. It's 11 in the morning. I go over to meet up with them, and they're like, wow, starting early. And I was like, what? I was super confused. So yeah, when a German says, let's get drinks, in German, what do you say?
Lass uns was trinken.
Lass uns was trinken. Okay, yeah, and she was speaking English with me, actually, so that's why she translated that to let's get drinks, but she meant we can...
Let's get a coffee.
Yeah, let's get coffee. That's what she meant. Yeah, I think in English you have to specify. Otherwise we just assume alcohol, I think. I don't know. So that was a funny misunderstanding. Recently, the soccer tournament with the political situation, with what happened with Ungarn is the name. I was so surprised that this was the name Ungarn, because in English, the country is so different than this word in German. We say Hungary, just exactly like I'm hungry. And then in German, the country Hungary is called Ungarn. Like, wow, who, what? I was just surprised by that one. That's very different pronunciation and spelling, and yeah.
This is what you...
Oh yeah, so we had a conversation how I was like, oh, that sounds so similar to Ungarn. Wait, does that mean something? I know Gern means to like, but...
Yeah, just like, I mean, it's like...
I don't like...
the opposite of gern.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it meant like, yeah, the opposite of gern, which is to like. I was like, oh, that's not a nice name. Ungern. Sie reißen sich zusammen. They rip them together. And this one was just a phrase that I also thought really doesn't translate that well indirectly into English.
And two people are fighting and you say, reißt euch zusammen. So like, stop now and be like normal persons again and like... Yeah, stop doing with this stupid stuff you do.
Oh, next is the yield sign for driving. By the way, I just found out that Hamburg has a reciprocity agreement now with California driving license. Yeah, that means if I want, I can get my driving license here in Hamburg. I just have to give my driving license to Hamburg, so I won't get that back. So I just need to get a copy of my driving license next time I visit home. But yeah, that wasn't the case before, so really excited about that. But one of the driving differences I've been learning is oh so many like signs here in Germany, way more. And I noticed in the US we prefer putting words on the signs to say what is this. So our yield signs, I mean sometimes they'll just have a sign, but a lot of times it'll say like yield. The word will be on the sign. In German I've noticed they don't like putting words on signs, they like the symbols. So you have to really study it, learn it to be a good driver in Germany. So I'll definitely be studying if I ever do drive in Germany. And next is, I was asking for the bill when my boyfriend and I were visiting Lüneburg, I think. This really nice restaurant, and the waiter came by and I wanted to pay. So I said, hallo, wir sind bereit für die Rechnung. And my boyfriend just starts giggling after the waiter left. He said, we do not say that. We don't say we are ready for the bill. He's like, that sounds so nice. I was like, yeah, I want to be as nice as I can. And so in English we say, I'm ready for the bill. I guess you guys don't say that. Even if I really feel like saying that. What's like a polite way to ask for the bill?
Wir würden gerne zahlen.
Wir würden gerne zahlen. So we would like to pay. Yeah, don't do this. That's not polite. Nope. And then in English sometimes when I'll say that something is like calm, or it's like I can also say for calm, I can say, oh, it's really quiet, like it's really calm. But I learned in German you can't say that. Like at work I was saying like, yeah, es ist sehr leise gerade, like with my work it was like sehr leise. I thought you could say that, but no, you can say it's really calm, like it's not so chaotic or something. So yeah, ruhig, not leise. Es ist ruhig, it is calm, not it is quiet. Mama and Papa. So this surprised me about German, because with English we have two things. As a child you call your mom and dad mommy and daddy, and then when you're an adult you switch to mom and dad. So whenever I hear something with two syllables, mommy, daddy, I think of like a little child. So yeah, I thought it's so cute that in German they don't switch. They stick with mama and papa. I don't know, maybe there's another version of this, but I think my boyfriend and I had this conversation already and he said, no, we just continue saying mama and papa. But for me, to my American ears, it sounds to me like mommy and daddy a little bit, just because of the two syllables. So yeah, that was a surprise I wasn't expecting. I thought there was maybe something else. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you call your mom and dad in German, and is there something other than mama and papa that you guys use? Let me know. And it's super cute. I think it's very cute. Very, very cute. Booba. Booby. Booba. Thank you. So on the TV, we were watching a German show. Oh, I think it was Sheldon, maybe. Someone called a boy Booba. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. I thought that was like a Russian thing, like babushka. I thought that's what that was, but no. My boyfriend told me this can mean a young guy, Booba. And it's also the Joker card in the card deck. Okay, last thing is about the waitress. And the box thing, taking to go. I just learned that today. We wanted to take our food to go, and the waitress came up and my boyfriend had said to her in German, "Can you please pack our food in a box? Because we'd really like to take this with us to go." And I was like, oh gosh, because like I thought with this meal it would be just so easy if she just gave us the boxes and that we pack it. And I was like, why? I was like, why didn't you ask for us for just the boxes and we could do it? And he said, no, we don't do that in Germany. I was like, what? Huh? So yeah, in the US and California, half of the places will give you the box to do it. And we don't see that as like a rude thing or anything. I like packing it myself because I have like, I don't know, sometimes I want to do it and place it where I want it. So they'll just bring you the box to your table usually. And usually it's the really fancy places that will box it themselves. The really expensive restaurants in California will not give you the option. They'll just take your meal and do it for you. So that's how you know usually, I think, that you're at like a fancy place, a good place in the US. But here, nope. Apparently you don't ask for the box. So I probably would have really confused her if I had asked her to please bring me a box. Oh. Anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the cultural differences. Let me know down below yeah, what your guys' thoughts are. I'm gonna collect now all the stuff in the next month and share with you guys at the next month all the new stuff I'm learning. So if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, like the video if you liked this content, and as a reminder, the Lingoda Sprint Language Challenge is linked in the description box. See you guys later. Bye!